Hi viewers, this is Leia from Fab UK and today I'll be interviewing an amazing artist named Talktofranc.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Talktofranc is an alternative hip-hop artist with Afro influence, and Frank had a more unique start to life, spending his childhood in Nigeria and moving to the UK in 2005. He's been making music for the past 10 years now and has recently released a single named Rush, which he's actually going to be doing a cappella performance of later, so stay tuned for that. So how are you doing, Frank?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So before we get into the music, I just want to ask you some questions that I want to know personally.
Okay.
So this section is called
What are these?
What Leia Wants to Know Personally.
Wow.
So, do you believe in life on other planets outside of Earth?
100%. We
Yeah.
would be foolish to not
not-
consider the fact that
agree.
there are. And yeah, when you look at the vast span of the entire universe and beyond our universe, and it's like it would be stupid to not
It's too
consider.
big not to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, I believe there is. Yeah.
And if aliens came down and said to you,
Uh,
we're going to take you to another planet to explore,
Jesus.
but
Wow.
you had immunity, like, you know you're not going to die, you're going to come home safe, would you do it?
Yeah, 100%.
Me too.
Like
Love
facts.
that.
That's like it's like going
Why
to
would you
another
not?
country, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like the curiosity of
The
exploring
dream.
and. whatnot,
Okay,
right?
and because everyone loves a bit of astrology, including me,
Wow. Oh my god.
what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
I'm a Taurus. I
So
think.
basically you're a liar. No, I'm
I'm a
joking.
what?
I'm joking.
Wow.
I love a
Crazy.
Taurus.
No, fair enough. I think I'm on the cusp because I'm like of a Taurus and Gemini.
Okay.
But I'm more so
You're
Taurus
the last day
than
of Taurus.
Gemini, I think, or is Gemini
first day.
after the 20th of May, or so my birthday's on the 20th of May.
Okay.
I'm right on the cusp. I think.
I think you're a Taurus.
Yeah, the Taurus. Yeah.
So there you go, he's a Taurus, guys. What are your two top movies of all time?
The Machinist. I can't remember who directed it, but The Machinist is what's this guy's name? God, I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, he doesn't sleep for a year.
Oh wow.
I really like this film because I related to it at some point when I watched it at that point in my life, because I was literally having sleeping difficulties and whatnot. And yeah,
He has
he doesn't
insomnia
sleep
for
for a
a
year,
whole
and he goes kind of like
Mad.
loopy, and it's a psychological thriller. I like, yeah, that's my genre for movies.
That sounds good. What's it called?
Then it's like The Machinist.
The Machinist. Okay.
The Machinist, and the second one, I don't know. The Machinist. The Platform. I've seen
Platform.
recently. They released another one on Netflix. The Platform. That's a crazy film. I think
Sci-fi?
it's kinda, but like, yeah, like a dystopian kind of future like scenario kind of thing. Like it's really good. It's a series, to be fair though. But yeah,
Okay.
I think
Nice,
The
I'll
Machinist
check
is just
it
my
out.
favorite movie. Also,
Heaven.
to be fair.
So now what we're all here for, to get to know you a bit more. I want to know, when did your passion for music start?
My passion for rap, like the art of rap, I think started with 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, the album.
Okay.
That's when I was like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. But at that point, it was like, oh, I wanted to be a gangster rapper and all of this. But yeah, but my passion for rap started there. I was maybe 13, 14. My passion for music, I think the creation of music, so like music production, which is, yeah, I would say that started in sixth form where I did music tech. And obviously I did music tech because I rap, so I want to do something musical and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but there I think there is where the putting a bunch of instruments together and creating a song or like a beat or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
That passion came from that point in time. If that makes sense. But
And
yeah.
did you hear a lot of music growing up?
Yeah, to an extent. It was mostly Afro beats. To be fair, growing up, like, I don't know if you know P Squared.
No.
P Squared was like, you would, everywhere throughout my house,
Yeah.
P Squared. Or gospel music, to be fair.
Me too, yeah.
So that was like a lot when I was growing up. and like, through my uncles, it was like hip hop. So like the 50, like I heard 50 Cent for the first time through my uncle. So yeah, that would be predominantly at 14 years old.
Okay.
That'd be when it started.
Nice. And how did growing up in Nigeria shape the way that you make music now and the music that you want to make going forward?
I think it, obviously with the music I want to make now in terms of incorporating my culture, in the sense of, Igbo, Nigerian, I think just being around my family and growing up in a Nigerian household has influenced me wanting to put that more into music in the sense of like the language, Igbo or Pidgin English, right? But I would say it influenced more so how I make music in terms of discipline, right? Growing up in Nigeria was strict. As just growing up in a Nigerian household in general. Like I lived in Nigeria till I was 9 years old and moved here in 2005. And still it was, the households were similar, you know, it's strict, school, education, all of this and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think it shapes the way I make music in terms of discipline and just being like...
In a positive way.
In a positive, 100%, yeah.
That's great.
Definitely, like, it just, that go and get it at like mentality, I think is...
Being consistent.
Exactly.
Having a work ethic.
Definitely, yeah.
Nice.
I would say that's how it shapes it, to be fair.
Okay. And who is Talktofranc?
Who is Talktofranc?
For the people who have never ever heard of you or your music, who is Talktofranc?
Talktofranc is that friend I feel like that you can always talk to about anything. Whatever
or go
it is,
to if
or
you're
go
taking drugs.
There you go. Or go to.
If you didn't get that reference, guys, just don't worry about it.
Literally. Oh God. But yeah, and always come away from that conversation feeling somewhat better about whatever it is you wanted to talk about. I feel like, and I feel that's kind of what I want my music to kind of give off, if that makes sense. I think that's who Talktofranc is. That friend that you could always talk to about anything, come out feeling somewhat better and, you know, able to make that decision.
Where did the name actually come from?
Weirdly enough, it was an old friend of mine gave me that name. She always said, I really think it should be called Talktofranc. And it just kind of stuck. I used to be called Frank, just Frank with a C. And that just kind of, it stuck and I thought it worked.
It's memorable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything, it made sense because obviously Talk To is kind of, it just made sense with everything, with the kind of idea of Talktofranc, like I've just explained, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like it works. Yeah.
It does. Well done. So now what I really like about your music is that you're really vulnerable and you speak the truth in your music. And I find that now that's becoming more rare in the mainstream. And I feel like it's so important to like share our truth in our music and bare our souls as much as we can, because it gives, you know, other artists and other people a permission to be vulnerable and share their truth. 100%. I feel like it has a positive domino effect, but I want to know why it's important for you to do that.
It's important for me because we all need each other, man. We all need relatability. And I feel like that's a huge thing for me in my music, is to give people some kind of or listeners some kind of relatability. Yeah. And we all need someone, and like I want to be there for people through my music, if that makes sense. And for me, that's the most important thing. Just being there for people. And everyone is struggling to some degree, and
so true.
You know, whatever level of life or status or whatever it is, everyone needs someone.
Connection.
Exactly. Yeah. So that for me.
So much separation in the world as well, isn't it?
Facts. It's crazy. So that's kind of what is the most important thing for myself. Yeah.
I like that.
For sure.
So, what is your intention behind your music, and what impact do you want your music to have on your fans or your listeners?
yeah, like it goes back to that same question. Like I said before, I want people to go away from my music feeling like, yeah, I feel better about my situation, or I feel better about this decision that I have to make. And yeah, that's kind of what it is for me.
Like understood.
Yeah, I want people to feel understood. Like, you're not alone, man, or lady, whatever it is, right? You're not alone, and it's actually okay. You know, life is worth living, in a sense. So, yeah, as corny as it sounds, right? It's the truth.
Corny stuff's the truth, though.
It is the truth, and yeah, man, that's definitely what it is for me. Irregardless of the subject matter of the song, and yeah, that's definitely people to feel I'm okay, you know.
So I know in the past that we've had some spiritual conversations,
Gosh,
but for the people, do you believe in God?
Yes, I believe in God.
In what sense?
However, I don't subscribe to a particular religion. I think believing in God and following a religion are two different things. I think religion is man's way of control. Well, to be fair, it's how the man thinks God thinks we should live our lives. So everyone has different opinions, and if you look at throughout history and the direction as religion has gone, and whatever it is, progress or evolution, it's all based off someone's, how someone feels life should be led. The Church of England, because whatever Charles Henry, whatever the eighth, wanted to, marry multiple wives or something like that. It's always, so I feel like, yes, there is a God, I believe, but religion, every single person should have their own religion of how they want to live their lives in relation to God.
So basically their own connection
to
with
God,
God,
exactly. Their own relationship with God, literally.
Instead of just knowing it through a book or...
Exactly. Or you have to,
It's quite
do this or...
controversial though, isn't it?
I mean, it is, literally. If my mum watching this right now, she would cut my head off. But yeah. That's just in my opinion.
That's your truth,
Yeah, to be honest. So yeah, I believe in God. Of course, there is a higher power beyond human comprehension.
There has to be, right?
If you just look at the world, man, look at the universe, look at everything, it just doesn't make sense for there not to be. So definitely.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, so what artist, I'm going to say dead or alive because that makes it more interesting, would you most like to make a album with?
Well, I don't know, like I have favourite artists, but I wouldn't necessarily like to make albums with them.
What, because they'd be stressful?
I don't know, it's just, I want to make, like, one, they would have to be a woman. Two, they would have to be, I don't know, I feel like just for like contrast, if that makes sense. Also,
like the male and female energy.
Yeah, on an album with a body of work or like a piece of, I feel like that would be really cool. Also, they got to be able to rap and sing and also like produce. I feel like someone, well, to be fair, it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man also or whatever, but just someone who I can like be really creative with, you know what I mean? Just not like a singer or like a rapper and that's all they can do.
Yeah, multifaceted.
Exactly. That's
so
like Ruby. You know Ruby? She's like a UK, she's kind of popping at the moment. Rubbii.
No, I don't know Ruby.
Yeah, her. She's like, I would love to make an album with, or a Little Sims. Something like Sims is God. Like, that would be a dream.
I think your sounds would go nice together.
I've always wanted to say, she's always been since like Drop 101, before she was like where she is now. Like, honestly. Well, at some point, I'm gonna holler when the time is right. I'm gonna, but definitely Lil Sims.
And how about someone who's dead?
Someone who's dead? God.
Like anyone.
Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say.
Michael Jackson, probably. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Even though he's a pedophile.
That's controversial. Some would say that. Oh God, it's a whole other conversation.
Okay, we'll leave that part. Okay, so if you could change one thing in the world right now, what would you change? Anything?
I would change the way the countries are governed, the way people are governed. I would take out one, like, country governments, and I would create a government for each continent, and then a world government. But yeah, this is a whole, yeah,
A whole plan.
we're going into a whole other kind of conversation arena.
But you'd basically shift the way
The world is governed.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's the one thing, because that just trickles down, doesn't it?
To
And
everything. Yeah.
literally. So, yeah.
you've thought that through.
I have thought that through. That's something I've had conversations with people several times about that, and just the way the world is, and the new world order and shit like that. Sorry, and with stuff like that. Yeah, that's a conversation I've had a few times. So definitely, the world's messed up.
Save it for a more political interview.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to go too.
Okay.
Oh God.
We want to keep some funds.
Oh, jeez.
What are you currently working on creatively? Like, what projects have you got in the works that you want to talk about?
I've actually got a couple projects made and ready. It's just figuring out everything around it. I'm working on Blag, which is a creative studio. Clothing, videography, production, so on and so forth.
Nice.
That's something I'm currently working on, or trying to figure out, and so on. But yeah.
And music.
And
You've
music,
got
of course,
lots
like music. Yeah, I've got a lot of music to put out.
This guy is very consistent.
Yeah.
You drop.
You know what? I haven't actually dropped a lot. I haven't dropped anything in a while, to be fair, since last year.
Okay, but before the last one,
I was here.
it's pretty on. Keep that up.
I had to take a step back to just figure everything out. And
Sometimes you need to live as well, so you can
definitely.
actually write the music.
Yeah, that's another thing, to be fair.
Experience.
Yeah, there's a lot coming, so
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
So, the last question, which is so sad, come to the end, is what has been your biggest lesson in life so far?
The biggest lesson in life so far. No one is coming to save you. That's for me. You have to just go get up and go get around. Like, sorry, I'm a bit ill, but yeah, no one's gonna save you. You just have to, create your own opportunities, create your own, the life you want to live, and that's literally it. Don't rely on anyone as much as you can have people around you. You have, you get to a certain position. And you have a team or whatnot, but it's just trust your gut, always trust your gut. And that's, for me anyway, that's the biggest lesson I've learned to date. Facts.
Taking accountability, right?
Literally.
And being
that goes under the same umbrella, right?
Yeah, being in the driving seat of your own life instead of being on autopilot.
Exactly.
Which is so
Literally.
easy to do, isn't it? Just sit back and let life take its course, but
yeah, man.
that doesn't get nothing done.
Yeah, it doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
So yeah, man, that's definitely take control of your life. Don't wait for people. Yeah.
Love that. This has been Talktofranc. Anything else that you want to say? Any music that you want to plug?
Rush. It came out last year, October, but however, Rush, I'm currently pushing it. Yeah, I think it's an amazing song.
It's a good song.
Go check it out, and there's a lot more to come,
And keep watching, because he's just about to do a performance.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's happening.
should we do like a clap to the next scene? You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Waiting this up, why you they rush? I be because life holds man up in cuffs. Sabi to love, I don't wanna give up. Sad walk, I no go run no more. Baby, I got frostbites, trying to stay calm. But I take the bus back cause stay warm. Yeah, I had a tough night, but I stay calm. Tell myself that's just life and I move on. Gotta learn to just let go of the shit that's far out of my control. I'm prepared for the worst and I'm there for the risks, so my soul, yeah, stay composed. Yeah, I'm there when it's up and I'm there when it's down. If you call it, I'ma be there, hold. Can we stare to the stars for a sec, then we step, come back, gotta pace this road, within this up. Why you they rush? Yeah, happy because life holds man up in cuffs. Sabi to love, I don't wanna give up. Yeah, sad they walk. I no go run no more, yeah. Yeah, waiting they shock. Why you they rush? I be because life holds man up in cuffs.